Hello dear students, this is Dr. N. Usharani. Today I am going to give a small description on quality control tests for plastic containers, especially used to pack pharmaceutical products. Plastic containers for pharmaceutical products are made from plastics like polyethylene, polypropylene, polyvinyl chloride, polystyrene and to a lesser extent polyethylene terephthalate. The containers consist of one or more polymers together with certain additives if necessary. They should be manufactured from materials that do not include in their composition any substances that can be extracted by any contents in such quantities so as to alter the efficacy or stability of the product or to present a toxic hazard. The additives in plastic containers may consist of antioxidants, lubricants, plasticizers and impact modifiers, but not anti-static agents and mold release agents. So dear students, this is the basic information on material of the plastic containers. Coming to the basic qualities of the plastic containers, these are most widely used in pharma industries for aqueous parenteral preparations and to a lesser extent for non-parenteral preparations also. Coming to the basic properties, they are like they have to withstand sterilization conditions, they must be sterilized easily, they must show resistance to microorganisms entry, they must be physically strong and be transparent to provide visible observation. Then coming to the quality control tests for plastic containers for non-parenteral preparations, the first one is a leakage test where you have to take 10 containers, fill them with water, put the closures, place them in an inverted position at room temperature for 24 hours. And then you have to see that there is no sign of leakage from the container. Then coming to the collapsibility test, this test is applicable to the containers which have to be squeezed in order to remove the contents from the container. A container by collapsing inwards during use yield at least 90% of the normal contents at required rate of flow at ambient temperature. This is the specification. Coming to the clarity of aqueous extract test, here you have to select a suitable container, plastic container, and take it at a random, and then you have to select the unlabeled, unmarked and non-laminated portions of that container, cut them into different strips such that their dimensions are like their surface area is around 20 square centimeters. The strips are washed from extraneous matter by shaking them with distilled water. Then the processed sample is taken into the flask and again added distilled water and then subjected to autoclave at 121 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. And then the extract that is obtained after autoclaving is cooled and examined. It must be colorless and free from turbidity. Coming to the quality control test for plastic containers for parenteral preparations, here we have to prepare a standard solution called as solution yes. For this we have to fill the container with water to its nominal capacity, then close it and you have to autoclave at 121 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes and then use the solution for different tests within 4 hours. You can also prepare a blank by heating water in a borosilicate flask covered with aluminium sheet at same temperature and time. And then you can use the solution yes and blank for the following tests, out of which the first one is a visual test. Here the solution yes must be clear and colorless. Coming to the absorbance test, the absorbance of the solution yes at 230 to 360 nanometers should not be more than 0.2. Coming to the oxidizable substances test, here you have to take 20 ml of solution yes, add the required quantities of sulfuric acid, potassium permanganate, boil for 3 minutes, cooled and added potassium iodide and then starch as indicator and then titrate with a standard base. And you can also repeat the titration with 20 ml blank and the difference in the titer value should not be more than 1.5. Coming to resistance to centrifugation test, we have to take acidified water into the container up to its nominal capacity and then envelope the container with an absorbent paper impregnated with a dye solution like a bromophenol blue, and then this enveloped container is centrifuged at 5000 rpm for 10 minutes and no leakage should be detected on the indicator paper. Then coming to the leakage test, here you have to place the container between two plates. Again the plates have to be covered with an absorbent paper impregnated with a dye solution like bromophenol blue. Then you have to apply pressure on the container or press the container with the help of the plate such that the internal pressure of the container reaches to 67 kilopascals within 10 minutes. There should not be any sign of leakage on the internal or on the indicator paper. Coming to the permeability to the vapor test, you have to fill the container with 0.9% sodium chloride solution to its nominal capacity, then weigh it and store it at 4 to 6 degrees centigrade at 45 to 55% relative humidity for 21 days, and at the end of the period the weight loss should not be more than 1%. Coming to the resistance to stress test, you have to acidify water with 2 molar HCl, then fill the container with this water to its nominal capacity, apply force on both ends of the container, and no break or deterioration should occur. Coming to the resistance to temperature variation, here in the slide, dear students, you can see that the plastic containers are subjected to a series of different hot and cool conditions and finally to room temperature, and no break or deterioration should be observed. Coming to test for pyrogens, here you have to rinse the container with water for injection at 19 to 21 degrees centigrade, then fill the container with 100 ml of sodium chloride injection, then autoclave the container at 110 degrees centigrade for 30 minutes. And you have to take call it as solution A, and then you take 10 ml of this solution per kg body weight of the rabbit, and this sample must comply with the test for pyrogens. As you know, test for pyrogens is by injecting the sample into the volar ear arm of the rabbit and then monitoring the series of changes of temperatures and comparing with the specifications. Coming to the test for sterility, the containers must comply with the test for sterility as per IP or BP. Coming to the transparency test, when you fill the suspension into the container and put the lid, and when you observe it from outside, the cloudiness of the suspension must be perceptible when viewed through the container. Then coming to the quality control tests for closures, here you have to prepare sample solution with the help of the closures. You take closures and then wash them with surface active agent, then rinse with distilled water, and then place in the container and autoclave by adding water at 119 degrees centigrade to 123 degrees centigrade for 20 to 30 minutes, and then cool, and the solution is considered as solution A and is used for different tests, out of which the first test is residue and evaporation test. You take 50 ml of solution A, evaporate to dryness, and then dry at 105 degrees centigrade. The residue should not weigh more than 4 mg. Coming to the sterilization test, the closures used for preparation of the sample solution A should not become soft and should not become tacky, and there shall be no visual change in the closure. Coming to the pH of aqueous extract, here you have to take 20 ml of solution A, add a dye solution like bromothymol blue, and then you can add sodium hydroxide solution or HCl solution of suitable concentrations, and you can observe for a color change of blue or yellow respectively. Then coming to the self-stability test, then in the self-stability test, you have to take the container with the sample, close it with the lid, pierce it 10 times, pierce the lid or the closure 10 times with hypodermic needle, and then immersed in 0.1% methylene blue solution, and then subjected to a pressure of around 27 kilopascals, then restored to normal or atmospheric pressure and made to stand for 30 minutes. Here, traces of colored solution should not be found in the container. So these are the different tests for plastic containers of pharmaceutical products, dear students. These are the references. Thank you.